Okay, this is a repair of a casement window. My primary objective is to paint the windowsill, and I've taken out the casement window on this side. The windowsill, this is about 37 years old, and it was painted most recently about 12 years ago. It's actually not in terrible condition, um, but it's not perfect either. I see a couple spots where it's soft, so probably after I sand it down, I'll probably have to dig out those sections, patch them before putting on a new coat of paint. This windowsill's never been patched before, so I would say it's been holding up okay. Probably if it was painted more frequently, it probably would be in even better condition. Okay, now it's also got a clouded thermal pane. I'll have to replace that. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to remove this casement, the sash on the right side, just because I've already done it on the left side. I don't know the exact brand on this. It might be a Karatco, but it might not. And somebody might be able to help with the identification. So the first step in removing the sash is, if you notice, when you put the this to halfway, there is a slight indentation in that rail, okay? And that's the spot where you want to move this to, because then it will pop out. Or you can push it down, I should say. Oh, now, you can push it down, you can then close it with the crank mechanism. This crank mechanism is working. Okay, the next step on this, now the window is free to open or close as you wish. The next step is to take a screwdriver and to just push this little clip in the direction, exact direction that you think it should go, which is to loosen it. And then there's going to be another clip just like it on the upside, okay? And you push on that exactly the same way. And once you do that, then the window, you're going to slide the window, but first I'll hit pause and I'll undo those clips, okay? We'll do this one step at a time. Okay, I removed the one on the lower. I used a flat-headed screwdriver, and then I put it at an angle and just tapped it with a hammer until I pushed that out. Okay? That way I didn't have to lever against the trim, which usually cuts a dent in the trim when you try levering it that way. It was a little bit too hard to just push it, probably because of the no lubrication. Okay? Now we're going to do the upper one. Okay, that's on the upper side. This one I had to work looking over my head. So I did it the same way. I put the flat screwdriver in and I tapped it with a hammer and it cleared. Okay, now after you do that, you can pry out. I'll show this on the lower. Okay, after you have those clips off, you can pry up the that arm, okay? And the window is not going to fall out. It's still held in place, so you don't have to worry about that just yet, okay? And then you have to do the same thing on the upper. Okay, I just did the same thing on the upper. I just pulled down on that arm and I released it from the post, okay? And now the window can be slid out from a track, but this I'm going to do from a ladder on the outside. Okay, this is viewed from the outside now. Now, that black piece will slide in the track. See how it's held in this track? If you slide it to the right until it releases, so it fits in, then the window will pop out. Now, and the same is on the upper. It's got a track just like that. So I'm going to slide the entire to the right until it comes out, and then I'll just carry it down the ladder. I have to pause here because I will need two hands. And it does have some weight, so be careful if you're on a ladder. Okay, here are the two sashes. This is over my kitchen window. And the wood on these actually seems to be in good condition. It seems, must have been treated, because it seems almost miraculously, because when these windows are open, they'll get a lot of rain directly on them. Now, you can see here that there's a weather stripping on all four sides. The one on the sides and the bottom seems fine, but the weather stripping on the top is essentially completely disintegrated on both sides. Now, hopefully, I can get a piece to replace that. And I believe there's another gasket that you can see from the outside of the window, which needs to be replaced. Hopefully I'll be able to do that. Hopefully I'll also be able to replace this thermal pane, but my number one objective right now is to sand down and paint the windowsill, but I will need to patch it. So it's not a major project though, because it has just a few soft spots, but I'm going to stop this video now, and then I will, after I sand it down, I will pick up this restoration.